Excited, you guys. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. It depends on what part of the world you guys are chiming in from. Just in case we haven't met already, my name is Greg, and on behalf of the Smarter Than Money team, I want to welcome all the guests to our strategic partnership meeting. I'm so over the moon excited to share this information with all the guests that's tuning in for the very first time. Often I always tell the guests, if I was to really show how I feel on the inside about this particular project, you guys would question my sobriety. I've never seen anything behave the way in which this particular project behaves. And so with that being said, I want to encourage all the guests to get to a quiet location, put your phone on Do Not Disturb. This wants your undivided attention, and hopefully you're here with an outstretched neck. I want to just dive right into it. I don't want to belabor the moment. I want to share this information with each and every one of you. There'll be a Q&A at the end as well. So let me go ahead and just dive into this thing with you guys here real quickly. Share my screen. Let's move this out of the way. And we are officially off. Well, once again, you guys, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. My name is Greg. I want to welcome each and all the guests to our strategic partnership meeting. You've been asked to come and look at this particular project because we're looking for partners worldwide that want to help us build a global cooperative bank on the blockchain. And I want to put an emphasis on strategic, meaning you were invited here on purpose. We're looking for people that want to help us basically connect digital wallets, do the plumbing, if you will, worldwide, creating a bank. What we're doing is we're leveraging artificial intelligence and financial technology. And by helping us do this, we're going to show each and every one of you how you're going to be able to generate unavoidable, meaning you can't get out of the way of the money if you wanted to, scalable residual cash flow. Now, what's so doggone exciting about this is that it's 100% mutually beneficial. This is not a zero-sum game here whatsoever. It's a win-win-win scenario for everyone involved. And anyone that can fog up a mirror can do this because it's really as simple as getting on an escalator. Now, let me share with you guys what we are not. We are not an investment platform. I'm sure for those of you listening in, that's a breath of fresh air. So there's absolutely zero gambling of your money here, okay? What our co-op wallet does is it employs artificial intelligence. And if you guys don't understand, artificial intelligence is changing the game. It's revolutionizing the way in which we live. It's on par with the discovery of fire and electricity. It is going to completely change the way in which we live. The promise of blockchain, which is just the internet of value, and cooperative funding to create a private member-owned global bank. Now check this out. Members can withdraw their deposits on a daily basis if they so choose. Now think about that for a moment. If you make money today, you can withdraw your money tomorrow. They're not just numbers on a screen, no holds on your money. It's withdrawable instant money. Make sense, everyone? So what we're doing, okay, in a nutshell, is we're disrupting the financial industry. No different than some companies that many of you are already familiar with. I'm sure many of you have heard of companies like Uber, for instance, right? They disrupted the taxi cab industry, okay? They made over $34 billion last year and own no physical cars. Yes, they're working on self-driving cars now, but they start off with no physical cars, right? Airbnb disrupted the hotel and hospitality industry. In fact, I always tell people when I travel, I like staying in Airbnbs because I like to get the local flavor. I go there just to get educated on different cuisines, nationalities, and culture. But Airbnb, that disrupted the hotel and hospitality industry, made over $8 billion last year and started off by owning no physical property. What's so exciting about what we're going to share with each and every one of you is how we're going to be able to show you how to build sustainable, growing residual cash flow, creating your own bank without owning any physical banks, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And so we're going to show you how to earn escalating residual deposits from this day forward directly into your own co-op wallet on a daily basis. Now, keep in mind, once again, we're connecting these wallets. We don't need a physical location. We're remote here. We're doing the plumbing. So keep that in mind. And we have what's called a two-step system. And so understand, people say, well, Greg, what's the secret to success? Well, there are no secrets, you guys. It really isn't. There's only systems to success. And we have a two-step system that literally anyone that can fog up a mirror can do. All right. So here we go. Let me show you guys what this is all about. So step number one All that you have to do is create 3 free co-op wallet accounts. You guys see it here being illustrated here on your screen. We're talking about simply entering in the name, the email address, phone number of 3 strategic partners. Now, they can be an individual. It can be churches we have that's on board with this. It can be charities. It can be small businesses. Anyone, just 3 entities, okay? Once again, if you can type, you can do very well here. And I'm going to demonstrate how this actually looks here in just a moment. Then step number 2, after you've created the free co-op wallet accounts, all you're required to do is assign one $28 activation token to those 3 free co-op wallet accounts to make those go live, if you will, in 7 days or less, one time, for those 3 strategic partners who commit to doing the exact same thing one time. Guests, please, I need that one time to hit you in the middle of your forehead like a ton of bricks, because we all live busy lives, right? So this isn't something that after you get it done, you have to do next month, next year. We're talking about a one-time execution. And in fact, your co-op wallet that has artificial intelligence baked in will automatically assign the $28 activation token to your 3 strategic partners, independent of your involvement. Folks, that's all it takes. I'm sorry it's not any more difficult than that. And unfortunately, a lot of you are going to be compelled to overcomplicate this thing. You know, I give the example of something so ugly it's cute, like Cabbage Patch dolls. This is so simple that you're going to want to overcomplicate it. Don't do it. This is all that it takes. And it works for 100% of the people, 100% of the time that execute these 2 steps. It's an exact science. Now, I'm not a big fan of selling. I'm more of a fan of demonstrating. So I'm going to go into the back office and demonstrate for each and every one of you exactly how this functions. So all the guests, you're going to be demo wallet in this example here, okay? And so this is an exact replica of a live account so that you guys can see how it behaves, okay? So you guys see up here, demo wallet, that's you guests. Now we're going to come down here, and does this look familiar? Where you put in the first name, last name, email address, and phone number. I'm going to go ahead and put in a few people's names here, okay? So I saw Norma out there, Norma Barr, I think it is. Any relation to Roseanne Barr? And then let's go ahead and put in her email address, okay? Let's just say this happens to be her email address. And phone number. I'm going to come down here and prove that you're not a robot here, right? Just copy this image here. I'm going to hit invite, but before I do that, I'm going to come up here. I want you guys to see here. It says 0 here. It says non-redeemable because I'm giving you guys a demonstration. This is not a live account, but it behaves just like a live account. And once you're involved and your account is live, you won't see non-redeemable there. Make sense? So let's come down here and let's see what happens if we hit invite. Okay? Move this out of the way. Let's move up. And what do you see? $11.75. Now, what does that represent? That represents if your friend Norma Barr says, I want to help build a bank, I want to own a bank on the blockchain, I'm in, right? And you give her a token and she's got her activation tokens as well. That $11.75 is going to be directly deposited into your very own co-op wallet account as a thank you for expanding the network. Make sense? Now, I could have put in all 3 at one time, but I want you guys to see it happens on an individual basis as well. So let's go down there and put in a second person's name. I saw Sandy Anderson out there. So let's say Sandy Anderson happens to be one of your friends. So let's say this is her email address and phone number. Come down here. Once again, simply copy the image. I'm going to go ahead and hit invite. And when that happened, you guys, what ended up happening, automatically a back office and a co-op wallet was created. But look what happened here. Now you're up to $23.50, another $11.75. That's representing if Sandy, one of your friends, said, yes, I'm in, and I want to go ahead and set up a wallet, and I want to go ahead and build a network. Now, understand, this is residual, you guys, okay? Now, let's go ahead and put in a third person. I saw Danny Jane out there. So let's say Danny Jane happens to be one of your 3. Let's say this is the email address And let's say this is his phone number. We're going to come down here, once again, prove that you're not a robot. So far, anyone can do this, right? We're going to go ahead and hit invite. A co-op, free co-op wallet is created. But here's what's going to happen once Danny James says, yes, I'm in. $35.25, another $11.75. This is as if Danny says, yes, I'm in. I accept the token, and I plan on doing the exact same thing for 3 strategic partners, one time myself. I want all the guests to write down this 35.25. You guys, that is the magic number right there. Now, can you involve more than 3? Absolutely. You're going to be compelled to do so, but we want to show you the bare minimums in order to qualify to receive scalable, unavoidable residual cash flow on every digital asset that opens up after you, okay? Now, over here, you have your GBO team. That's your global business ownership team. You see we have Danny, Sandy, and Norma Barr there. Now, you can also see what's created. Instantaneously, registration keys unique to them are created by simply entering their information. Now, those registration keys, we like to call our global bank number, bank routing number. And if you know the registration key of anyone in our ecosystem, right, you can send them money in a 1/10 of a second anywhere in the world. How many of you have a global bank account? Make sense? Over here, you have your co-op wallet, and you'll be able to see your balance. You can add funds. You can withdraw your funds. Once again, very important to understand that there are no holds on your money. You make money today, you can withdraw it tomorrow. It's not just numbers on a screen. This is withdrawable money, okay? Member-to-member transfer. You know the registration key of anyone, you can send them money anywhere in the world. It's the internet of money, moving worldwide, okay? Your transaction history as well. So that's how it works, you guys. So now what I want to do really quickly, I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint, and we're going to talk about money, and I'll revisit the back office again in just a moment. But I want to talk about the money now, okay? So I want you guys to really pull in here. One of the things that makes this so powerful is the fact that we're going to show you guys how to offset your monthly responsibility in the form of bills. A lot of times people don't look at their bills as subscriptions, but they are nothing more than subscriptions. You set them up one time and you continue to pay for them over and over again for a lifetime, right? No different than a Netflix, membership, a gym membership, things of that nature, right? They're subscriptions. We're going to show anybody out there that's listening to this right now, if you have $2,000 a month in monthly obligations, financial obligations or overhead, I'm going to show you with mathematical certainty how to get that covered in 6 weeks. Now, even better than that, you can show 3 of your closest friends how to do the exact same thing. If you have $5,000 a month in financial obligations, we're going to show you how to cover that in 7 weeks. Even better than that, you can show 3 of your closest friends how to do the exact same thing. $10,000 a month in 8 weeks. $20,000 or more a month in 9 weeks. Now, I want you guys to understand, once again, this is an exact science, and failure is impossible for anyone that uses it. I have to emphasize this because a lot of people get in their own way, okay? It doesn't say you have to understand it. It didn't say that you have to tell people exactly how it works. It's no different than electricity, right? I know nothing about electricity. Don't want to know anything about electricity. The only thing that I want to know is that when I flip on that light switch, let there be not lights. I don't know anything about circuitry. I don't know anything about aeronautics either. But I get up in a plane 30,000 feet and I trust someone to take me from point A to point B. You don't have to know about aeronautics to use an airplane. Make sense? You don't have to understand everything about blockchain in order to benefit from this innovation. Just use it. And we're going to show you how to go from 35 to these numbers here, okay, over the coming weeks. So here we go. Really pull in here and pay attention. It's a predictable income escalator. How many of you have been on an escalator before? You got to at least get on it, right? And then it's the automation that takes you up. So who needs stairs when you can have an escalator? So here's how it works. So week 1, only thing that's required for you to do is simply accept. Emphasis, accept the $28 activation token from your inviter. Ladies and gentlemen, your inviter would not have invited you here if they didn't want to give you this activation token, and all you have to do is accept it. There is no pain in doing that, right? And then you're gonna buy three $28 tokens yourself for a one-time out-of-pocket of $125, right? And you're gonna turn around and simply assign one $28 token to three strategic partners yourself during your first 7 days or less, one time ever, but only to those who are willing to do the same one time ever themselves. When you do that, as demonstrated for you, you receive $35 when you go ahead and give it forward to three strategic partners. I demonstrated that for you guys, right? Now there's a $28 monthly subscription attached to it. The monthly subscription is ingenious, right? Because think about, your bills are nothing more than subscriptions. So the only way that you're going to be able to offset your monthly subscriptions, whereby you're trading hours for dollars to meet those monthly obligations, is you have to have a business in place that has recurring revenue. Does that make sense, everyone? And the last time I checked, $35 is more than $28. So you're talking about quickly covering your subscription, and everything after that is pure cash flow profit. Make sense? So that's week one. So let me show you guys how this escalator works. So you activate three co-op wallets in your first week, one time. Everything in red is a one-time execution. You receive $35. The exact number is $35.25. I already demonstrated that for you guys, right? So let's go to your second week, right? That you've been involved, but you haven't done anything since your first week. Your three strategic partners, they turn around and do the exact same thing one time. They activate three co-op wallet accounts. Predictably, they're going to receive $35 just as you did. But when they received that $35, guess what happened to your residual cash flow? You went up to $47 in residual cash flow. Now, what I want to do here real quickly is I want to put an emphasis right here, because if you get what I'm getting ready to share with you right here, you're going to lose sleep tonight. Now, this $47 is nothing that's going to make you fire your boss, right, and have 7 days of Saturday. That's not what's important here. That $12 difference from the previous week. I want you to think about, what did you have to do in order to receive a $12 increase in residual cash flow? Meaning it's going to show up every 28 days like clockwork. And because we have a 28-day subscription, that's $28, this $47 is 13 times a year. Does that make sense, everyone? Let's go to week number 3. That you've been involved, but you haven't done anything since week 1. Neither have your strategic partners. It's these strategic partners' first week. They do the one-time execution of activating 3 accounts. They're going to receive $35 just as everyone else did previously. But when that happened at the exact same time, your strategic partners went to $47. You're now up to $96 in unavoidable residual cash flow. How many of you love being in a position where you can't get out of the way of money if you wanted to from a one-time execution? You just continue to escalate up, ladies and gentlemen. And that's 13 times a year. Let's go to week number 4 that you've been involved. But it's these strategic partners' first week. What's their responsibility? Simply activate 3 accounts one time. Find 3 people to simply accept an activation token to start their own bank on the blockchain. When that happened, they received $35, but also what happened, folks got escalated up. You're now up to $258 in unavoidable residual cash flow 13 times a year. Week number 5 that you've been involved, but you haven't done anything since week 1. It's these strategic partners' first week. What are they going to do? Activate 3 accounts one time, simply identifying 3 strategic partners to simply accept a $28 activation token and turn around and do the exact same thing one time. When that happened, they received $35. And look what happened. Everyone's residual cash flow went up. You are now up to $987, nearly $1,000 in residual cash flow. Now, for a lot of people, I want you guys to think, let's put this in perspective. Let's make it make sense here. That's a super nice car payment and insurance, or 2 car payments and insurance, or you can start putting money away for your dream vacation. The bottom line is, in 5 weeks, to have another $1,000 coming in residually in 5 weeks, it can change your life, right? Go to your boss tomorrow and say, hey, I want a $1,000 pay raise. They're going to say they got to think about it, right? So let's go to week number 6, all right, that you've been involved, but you haven't done anything since week 1. Neither have these strategic partners. Stay with me. Neither have these strategic partners. They've done nothing more. Neither have these strategic partners. Neither have these strategic partners. This is these strategic partners' first week. What are they going to do? Simply identify 3 strategic partners to accept a $28 activation token and turn around and do the exact same thing. How many times? 1 time. They receive $35, and when that happened, it escalates up. You're now to $2,360 in unavoidable cash flow 13 times a year. I told you guys, for anyone that has a $2,000 a month overhead, I was going to show you how to do that in 6 weeks. There it is. What's so beautiful about it, though, is your 3 strategic partners are 1 week behind you. Their strategic partners are 1 week behind them. It is a literal income escalator. Man, let's go to week number 7, that you've been involved. But once again, you haven't done anything since your first week. It's these strategic partners' first week. They activate 3 accounts. How many times? 1 time. When that happened, boom, you're now up to $5,242 in residual cash flow. Now, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, that's more than well over 90% of Americans' monthly income. So for many of you that I'm talking to right now, in 7 weeks with this exact science, we've already surpassed your monthly income, whereby you're trading your most precious asset, time, for money. Some of you may really enjoy what you do, but with that extra $5,242 coming in every 28 days, change your lifestyle. You bet it would. I'll answer it for you. Let's go to week number 8 that you've been involved, but you haven't done anything since week 1. I love sharing this part. Neither have these strategic partners. 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 This is these strategic partners' first week. And all they have to do is identify 3 people to accept an activation token to build a bank. And when that happens, boom, you're now up to $13,423 in unavoidable cash flow. Everybody with me so far? Let's go to week number 9. It's these strategic partners' first week. They activate 3 accounts 1 time. When that happened, boom, everyone gets escalated up. You're now up to $48,298 in residual cash flow, right? Let's go to week number 10. It's these strategic partners' first week. They activate 3 accounts. When that happened, bam, you're now to $193,688 in unavoidable residual cash flow. Do you guys see how all the red is a one-time execution, but look at the green? It continues to move up independent of everyone's involvement from a one-time execution. Now, this is not an investment program, but how many of you have a 401k that you're putting in every paycheck, hoping that'll be there when your retirement comes around? That's attached to the stock market. You guys see the common sense that this thing here makes? And keep in mind, once again, don't lose sight that we're building the bank. We're connecting wallets worldwide. And what's beautiful about this, it's a bottom-up scenario. It is not a top-down pyramid like at your job. It's bottom-up. So what do I mean by bottom-up? These strategic partners in your 10th week, this is their first week, right? But look where you are. You had a first week too. But look where you're at 10 weeks in. And as these strategic partners duplicate the simple process of teaching people how to activate 3 accounts 1 time, they're going to go up the income escalator independent of their involvement, as everyone does the 2 steps 1 time. First name, last name, email address, phone number, create the free accounts, add funds to the wallet to make it go live, and the pay it forward token happens automatically. Now, we stopped here. It goes up even higher than that, but I just don't want to overcook anybody's grits and blow people out of the water, because people have this mindset. And can I keep it really honest with you guys? I hate this mindset of, oh, it sounds too good to be true, right? But we just showed you guys the demonstration. That would be the case if we didn't show you guys proof. measurable results by doing the demonstration. This is exactly how it works. So I'm gonna go back into the back office just to show you guys the unavoidability before I give you guys another perspective here, okay? So let's do this. I'm gonna go here and we're gonna take one of your three. Let's go ahead and let's take normal bar, right? So we're gonna log out and we're gonna repeat the process and we're gonna go into normal bar's back office just to show you guys how simple this works here. Put in the password, and we're gonna sign in. You're gonna have terms and conditions come up. You guys see here, the enroller is Demo Wallet, the demonstration account that we're using to show you guys. I'm gonna confirm and proceed here. Close this out. And I'm gonna go ahead and put in a few names here. So I saw Keith Lewis out there. So let's say Keith Lewis happens to be one. Let's say this is his email address. And phone number. Let's go down and put another person in. I saw Yolanda Carter. So let's say that's another one of Norma's friends. Let's say this is her email address. And phone number. And who else is out there? Thelma Perry was out there. Let's go ahead and put Thelma in there. And phone number. Come down here, copy the image, and we're gonna go ahead and hit invite, okay? Move this out of the way. Let's go up. Oh, what do you know? $35.25. The $35, that's the magic number. That's what happens for everyone predictably, right? So now let's go back to your account. Let's log out. We're gonna go back to the demo account. Move this out of the way. So we're back at that demo account, right? And look what happened. You went from $35.25 to $39, and that's just based on Norma activating 3 accounts in this demonstration here. Had it been all 3, it would have been 47 as advertised. But you went up in income. Let's go back to your GBO team. You had done nothing more, and you have the same 3 people, Norma, Danny, and Sandy Anderson. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how it works. I have never seen anything behave like this in my life, okay? I've been involved in this. I've been able to receive personally well over 80,000 deposits, and I've been able to draw my money flawlessly. So just in case you guys don't get it, let me give you guys a different perspective, because it's important that you get this and understand. We're building our own bank. We're owners of capital here. So the major thing about this is just get on the escalator. I want you guys to understand that it is the perfect way to recapture the interest that you would have given away to banks and other lenders utilizing our properly structured cooperative escalator model. Do you guys understand when you guys get a mortgage payment, the vast majority goes towards interest before principal, and all the interest payment is the residual cash flow for the banks? Same thing with your car payment. This here, we get to recapture the interest that we would have given away to banks and other lenders. Are you guys following me here? The other thing is this. We're talking about a low one-time barrier of entry of $125 to get 3 co-op activation tokens. One time that you're going to pay it forward to 3 in 7 days or less. And when you do that and put them on the escalator, you go to 35. When they turn around and do the one-time execution and put some people on the escalator, they go to 35, you go to 47. And as this duplicates up, 96, 258, 987. Now we're talking about in weeks, but the numbers don't change. How long does it take to activate 3 accounts? It can be 10 days and the numbers would still be the same. It can be 10 hours and the math would still be the same. What I'm trying to get each and every one of the guests to understand is that we get to dictate the scale, the speed, and scope of this project here. There is no greater project on the planet right now for the masses. And so what we've done is we've perfected a way to build a residual cash flowing asset at scale. We've perfected it, and it's an exact science, what we have our hands on here. Make sense? Just get on the escalator and teach duplication, all right? So just in case you need to get any additional information, you can go to our team hub. You can go to smartermoney.com, but I put /digital wallet because I think it's important that you guys understand the value of the digital wallet space. People, the digital wallet space is the modern day gold rush. Think about your bank. Your bank is nothing more than a building that has digital wallets. Many of you don't even go into a bank as often as you used to, maybe about 5 or 10 years ago, right? You do everything digitally. CashApp is nothing more than a digital wallet. PayPal is nothing more than a digital wallet. It's a modern day gold rush. Now, here's the thing about what happened during the gold rush back in the day with the 49ers, okay? The people that really made the money during that gold rush were the people that were selling, hear me here, the pickaxes and the shovels. Ladies and gentlemen, in this modern day gold rush, the pickaxe and the shovel is the digital wallet. Coinbase is nothing more than a digital wallet. Crypto.com is nothing more than a digital wallet. Robinhood is nothing more than a digital wallet. Everything is going blockchain. Everything is going to be a digital wallet. Money cannot move without one. So I want to encourage you to go there and get more information if you need so. You can also go to our Facebook community that we just started a couple weeks ago to get some more additional information as well.